Good morning, children. In English literature, today let us take page number 72, chapter 6. The title of the chapter is Heidi, Heidi. So, page number is 72. So, it is a new chapter, my dear children. So, let us see page number 72, that there are different animals have been given, and all these animals can be our pet. For example, goats, rabbit, rooster, squirrel, horse, lamb or sheep, and even other animals can become our pet, like dogs, cats, and so on. There are so many animals. So, if we love these type of animals, they will also love us. If we care for them, they will also care for them. Let us take example of dog. See, dog is a faithful animal. If you feed it nicely, if you teach this particular dog, the dog will guard us from thieves, from also it will protect us from any danger. Similarly, there are other animals also who will become our pet, and if you love them, if you take care, they will also take care of us. So, in this particular chapter, Hedi, there are certain people who play their roles in this particular chapter. So, my dear children, let us find out that who are there in these particular chapters. So, first of all, see in number one, this particular girl, it is a girl's name. So, she Hedi, she is a girl. Number two, there is one aunt. Aunt of this particular girl called Hedi. So she is also there. Then a grandfather is there. Grandfather. Number four, there is a shepherd boy or cow boy, we say. There is a shepherd boy, one who looks after the sheep or goats of this particular grandfather. So, his name is Peter. His name is Peter. Shepherd boy, we can call it shepherd boy, or person one who takes care of the goats of this particular grandfather. Then, see, of course, parents were there. The parents of this particular girl called Hedi, they are dead and gone. They are no more living on this earth. They have died. So these are the four main characters who are in this particular story. So Hedi is a girl who has lost her own parents when she was a child, and therefore she is facing a lot of difficulties and problems in her life. She has no one to take care or to look after this particular girl. So what a difficult life or what a difficult situation she is going through. She is facing a lot of problems and difficulties in her own life. So this particular girl is taken care by her own aunt, But this particular aunt also is hard working. She has to earn her daily bread. In other words, she has to work hard, she has to find a job, and she has to work and she has to live her life. So she is going away from there to the city and she will be working. And therefore, who will be taking care of this girl called Hedi? See, aunt was taking care in the beginning. Now she is going for work. So this particular girl will be taken care by her own grandfather. So now she has already moved to the city. Now this particular girl called Hedi is taken care by this particular grandfather who is living in Switzerland, in Alps. See, Alps mountain. This particular lives in Switzerland. Switzerland. So she has been taken care by this particular grandfather. Okay. Now, so and then this particular grandfather is in the countryside, or we say in the away from the city, and therefore he is having a lot of animals, and especially he is having goats. Okay, so in order to look after those goats, he has to keep a servant. So we can call it servant. Servant or shepherd boy who takes care of his sheep or goats. So Peter, his name is Peter. This particular Peter takes care of his goats. Therefore, once this particular girl called Hedi comes to the grandfather's house, this particular girl becomes friends with this Peter, and then Peter's work is to take the goats outside the house, outside the home, and he takes them in the field areas, and then he takes the goats for grazing in the field, and then this girl also goes along with this boy, and then they become a good friend, they become very close friend, and then this particular girl called Hedi tries to learn the names of goats from this particular boy called Peter, and then both of them are in the field, and then they have a lot of enjoyment and fun, and then she continuously asks this particular Peter the names of goats. So my dear children, like this particular story goes on. See, I am reading the first paragraph. Hedi is a cheerful little girl. When she is very young, her parents die and she is brought up by her aunt. But soon, her aunt has to go to the city for work. So, Hedi goes to live with her grandfather in the Alps mountains in Switzerland. Here, she makes friends with a young boy named Peter who looks after her grandfather's goats. One day, Hedi goes along with Peter when she takes his goats for grazing. So, my dear children, we'll continue this particular interesting stories. Now I end my class. Thank you very much to everyone for paying attention.